Welcome, Friday night. A bit of a change of pace this evening. We're going to try something new. We're going to try Age of Empires 4, a new game released yesterday on Xbox Game Pass. Not really played any RTS games in a long time. I'm gonna quite enjoy this one. So obviously it's the fourth in the series. Not really played the other three. But I used to play a lot of RTS games in the day. So I think I used to love Theme Park, those kind of games. So I think I'm going to enjoy this one actually. What we're going to do is we're going to keep some ambient music as we're playing. Hopefully it shouldn't distract too much from the game itself. The game audio over there as well. And if anybody wants to join in the chat, feel free. You can follow us on the usual channels: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Alright, I'm just going to play as I'm new to the game, so I'm going to play through the tutorial just to get really into it. Obviously, try and learn keybinds, strategies, and how it works really. So, yeah, looking forward to this. Right, so single player. I think I need to go to the tutorial. Now, where did I find the learn? Here we are. Let's play the tutorial. So I loaded it up yesterday just to make sure it was working. It all was. So I'm going to play the tutorial. So I'm using the 4K monitor tonight just so I've got a bit more clarity and a bit more detail on my side. Shouldn't affect too much on the stream your end. Hopefully you can see a bit more detail. But yeah, looking forward to this. Tonight's stream, obviously running Streamlabs OBS, RTX 3070, pretzel music in the background, and it sends max to ultra or high, wherever they were, I can't remember.
Driven from their homes by armed invaders, a few hardy refugees faced the prospect of starting again. They would found a new village deep in the countryside. With a new settlement established, the first priority was locating a reliable food source. The simplest source was gathering from nature.
Right, gather 50 food. Right, okay. We're going to need...
Gathering, yeah. Ammo.
Yaru, gathering.
So good so far. Obviously gathering berries from the bush. I'm guessing we need some food just to establish the economy.
With a healthy supply of food, the village could start to grow. To do so, it would need more hands to share the work.
Okay. Five workers being born.
Yaru. Waiter.
Get them to work as well on the bushes. As well.
Apple.
Yeah, apple.
Waiter. Waiter.
So far, so good. Nothing too taxing there. Pretty straightforward.
Huh? Yeah, meta.
The new workforce could now turn to the growing village's needs.
NykonGamerTV.
First, they would build a mill near their food source, so villagers could drop off gathered berries more easily.
Workende.
Okay. Makes sense.
Gadriende.
There's the mill.
Next, the growing village would need wood to build with.
Let's say this person.
Wodo. Yaro. You Andy.
So yeah, so obviously trying to get food to keep the troops happy. The wood, I guess, is just going to be construction. Pretty straightforward still. Guessing this is the fog of war. Got your tone in.
Quetta. Yes, Samiende.
Queta. Yes, Sammy Andy.
That's the wood done.
The growing community now had a steady supply of lumber. To make wood collection easier, villagers could erect a lumber camp near the forest.
Right.
Work Andy.
Oh yeah.
Thanks to the camp, villagers no longer needed to travel as far to drop off lumber. The village now required additional houses to support its growing population.
Right, okay, houses.
Huh?
I'm going to put the houses just on the back side here.
There can. Work Andy.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Work can.
Quetta. Worker.
Done. Yeah, Worta.
With additional housing in place, even more villagers could join the workforce. But a populous village would soon exhaust the natural food sources. To grow, the community needed dedicated farms.
Yeah, farms.
Yaro. Yes.
Workende. Workende.
Each man.
Like that, I've got all my construction bits over this side. I've got my houses to the north.
Aorta Lenda.
I've got my farms to the east.
Woodsmen and farmers now kept the village well supplied.
Oh yeah.
Further growth required knowing the countryside and finding more resources. For that, communities employed scouts.
Just build one for the moment. Don't need too many. There he is.
Able to move quickly and see great distances, scouts were key to discovering new resources. The most important thing for a scout to locate was a ready source of gold.
Let's find this gold. Wherever it is then. There's somewhere around here. Nope. Let's go over this side.
Yes.
Follow the path. Oh, I reckon that's it there. There we are, gold. There's gold in them hills.
To prevent having to haul ore large distances, expanding communities would establish a mining camp near the source of gold.
Right, okay. Let's go back to camp. Borrow one of these.
Abendende. Worker.
Here we go.
Yeah, Ridende. Yeah. Yes.
So far so good. So nearly 10 minutes into the tutorial. I've learned how to build a few things. Going as expected. I think what I might do is I better get some more workers, I think. I'll send them all over to mine, I think.
Here worked.
She's at there.
A well-placed
Right.
camp ensured
Like it.
efficient gold mining.
Yeah.
Here us. Delphende.
Yes, Elfende. Queta.
Where are you to?
Off the Delphan.
So if you're joining us for the ride this evening, might be in for a long one, please do like and follow and subscribe on Twitter. That's NykonGamerTV.
Yeah. Delphende.
With a good supply of gold, the village was becoming a large town. The signpost of this growth would be the construction of a large landmark.
Okay, build the landmark.
Yaro.
Where should I put this? Put that there.
Kende.
Everybody's working. It'll take them a little while to get this one moving. Nice. So far so good.
Yes, Working day.
Flipped off an accident there. I suspect if I put more people to work, it'd probably go faster, but we're in no rush. We're in no rush. No rush. There we go. We're advancing to the feudal age.
With the landmark in place, the once sleepy village announced itself as a thriving feudal township. The townsfolk had been driven from their homes before, however. This time, they would defend themselves.
Spearmen. Right, okay. We're going to get a bit of fighting, I think,
The
going on
first
here.
step would be constructing a barracks for infantry.
Let's...
What's her face, eh?
We'll build the barracks here, I think.
Each a worker. Each yes,
Two people snoozing around there. Let's get them here.
Once it had a barracks, the town could establish a standing force of soldiers. Simple infantrymen armed with spears were a common choice for these militias.
Right. 10 spearmen. There we go, 10 spearmen. We need more food and farms, okay.
Yahweh.
Yaru to work. That Shule Bayo Timbran. Yes, sir. West Lara.
Yahweh.
Ike om je Sally.
And you worker.
Garwe.
He's a worker.
Yes, sir.
Fairy je worta.
Kom geen day je zeker.
Yahweh.
And you worker.
Yes, sir.
Fetch and they would do.
Right, there's my spearmen, I think.
Garwe.
Oh no, wait for one more. Ah. Yeah.
Yahweh.
The town now had a militia and could look to reclaim the lands lost to invasion. The invaders had blocked the road north with a stout palisade. Although spears were of little use against these walls, the militia could burn down the obstacle with torches.
Garu Upa. Each will. Garu. Farah. Cometh on. Reader Yaru. Each will reader. Each year.
Here come the spearmen.
Prating for death. Here at Neotish.
With the road open, the militia could now reclaim their lands in the north.
What has Baradin? Tremet Garu.
First, the spearmen had to deal with a lone sentry.
Airforcer! Here! Garus, hier sind die Schildhände! Ansagen!
Let's attack him.
Reach Libyan! Forward, unten dann!
Advancing aggressively, the militia eliminated the enemy sentry.
Right.
The invaders had a small cavalry camp guarding the road, but the militia was ready to attack.
Garwigan, Asetas. Hieruath, Garwis. Vera, Onmuna. Betis Lisa. Hurra! Fortgang, Viras!
Spears were highly effective against cavalry, allowing the militia to win the day. All that remained was to destroy the invaders' stables.
Airforcer! Here! Weston Beckett up!
The invaders' cavalry post was destroyed, but other enemy positions awaited further up the road. Hostile archers defended the next camp, which would put spearmen at a disadvantage.
Okay.
The township needed cavalry of its own to deal with this, and so would need to build stables. To deploy that cavalry quickly, the town needed to build their stables near the front lines.
Right, so let's get some stables built then.
What's
See what
that
other
fit,
people-
eh?
Fortunately, friendly villagers came out of hiding and joined the effort.
Ah, right, okay. I'll have these two
Here
here.
uppe. Each timber theos. See they. That shula bale timber.
Garwigan, Asetas. Undestrelum!
With stables in place, the town could field horsemen of its own.
And you want it?
Vin Hester? Yeah, Iano. Bayard May!
Got enough resources.
Bayard May.
What's that fit, eh?
Yeah! Yes,
Sailor!
Ayored Yaru. Listas Veras. Vin Hester.
Around the point.
Bayard May. Shayutende! No! Yeah, Yaru. Under Traku! Vin Hester.
Ich win!
Onmona, Letter Uskan. Ayored Yaru.
What thirfeithe? Did you say yes?
Let's get comfy.
Ayored Yaru.
On your worker. Heading off.
Yes, sir. Where's the water?
What thirfeithe? Friend they knew. Each a worker. Yaru to work.
Yeah, I want you to work.
That's Shule Beo Timbran.
What thirfeithe?
Oh no, where's she taking that to?
Eorth Talenda Kuthleach. Each a worker.
On your worker. Each Timbra fails.
Each a blue that.
Right, okay.
And your worker. Working day on Acreham. That's Shula Beo Timbran. Each Timbra Theos.
Yeah, they do.
What thirfeithe? Each a worker.
And your worker.
Farah John.
Each a worker. Go get a Acreham.
Build more houses, right, okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
see.
Where's the water? Each Timbra Theos. Yaru to work. That's Shula Beo Timbran. There you work.
Yaru.
Fair done.
Bayod man.
Right. Okay, there's on the horseman.
The town now had a rapid light cavalry, skilled at harassing slower targets, such as archers.
Oh, I see, okay. Eliminate the enemy archers, okay.
Steda Fastinu. Aeoridas. Hellsborough. Aeoridas. Ferrat. Readeth Aeoridas. Yesadli Athor.
Yeah, light worker there.
Eliminated the enemy archers and moved on to destroying the archery range itself. The invaders' archers and their camp were destroyed. A final enemy emplacement remained, one fortified with palisades and defended by spearmen. To deal with this target, the town would need longbowmen. First, they needed to build archery ranges in the area regained from the invaders.
What's our faith, eh?
Once more, friendly villagers arrived to help.
Here we are.
Each timber theos. That shule beo timbran. Paradom. Each brookie that.
With several archery ranges in place, the town could add longbowmen to its forces.
20.
Under je teervan! Speel
Streel,
mee!
boren, Jan!
Strele, fuse!
Strele, a rod! Flatboga, a rod!
Strele,
Boren,
mee!
Jan! What's our faith, eh? Each a worker, and you worker. Each a brookie that.
Each a worker.
Yarrow to work.
No wood. No wood.
Yes, sir? Where's the holler?
Oh,
And you worker. And you worker. Yes, sir. Where's the holler? Each a willa hue a wood. Yes, sir. Where's the holler? Gadriende. Yes, sir. Where's the holler? Each a say. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What's the holler? It will do hit.
there we go.
A strong force of archers could eliminate enemy spearmen at a distance, so long as they took the proper position.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're right, us Yahweh. Each a body. Ready to know.
Poised on a cliff top, the longbowman would be protected from an infantry charge.
about that. Just had to jump out. Okay.
Abuga, strelbo, NykonGamer TV.
Right, okay.
Yes, sir. West Duhala.
Not enough food yet.
Yes, sir. West Duhala. For Chende Woodu. What's our faith, Each a worker.
What's our face, eh? That's surely about Yarrow to work.
Right.
It's timber of Theos.
Got enough white tower. Just put a white tower here for now.
That's surely about Timber.
Hester's Commende. Yes, sir.
Let's get it sorted.
Fairer your worta.
Ike om je sele.
Garu Upa. Mid-May.
Where a few lowly refugees had founded a small village, now rose a mighty city. From there would grow an empire.
Victory, okay. Alright, okay. Well, definitely played that fine then, I think. So I kind of got the basics tutorial there. Kind of understood what was going on. I think I'm just going to jump into single player, I think. Why not? Can't harm, can it? I'm going to play the easy one for the moment. Yeah.
Some events leave a deep mark on history, but none on the land. This is the site of the Battle of Hastings. After almost 1,000 years, no traces of the bloody conflict can be seen. But here, the fate of England turned. It's where a king was killed, and his victor claimed the throne.
Nice.
October 14th, 1066. We know what happened here on this day, thanks to this. The Bayeux Tapestry.
The Bayeux Tapestry. Got one of them in my bed linen
A
cupboard.
carefully preserved, illustrated record of events. It shows the main players. Harold, the newly crowned Anglo-Saxon King of England, and his challenger, William, Duke of Normandy. William claimed the previous king had promised him the crown. So, he assembled an army and prepared to sail to England to fight King Harold for the throne. But a storm thwarted his plans. Meanwhile, Harold discovered that a Viking invasion had landed in the north. Another threat to his crown. So he raced to fight them. In France, William waited for the right conditions to sail across the Channel to England. The weather cleared. He seized his chance. "250 miles north, Harold had defeated the Vikings. Now, hearing of William's arrival, his army sped south. At 9 o'clock in the morning, on this hill, William's Norman army were ready to do battle with Harold's Anglo-Saxon men. The stage was set, and up for grabs, England itself.
Battle of Hastings, love it. 1066. Let's see what we have to do here then.
On October 14th, 1066, William of Normandy stood ready for battle at the base of a hill. The high ground belonged to King Harold of England and his Anglo-Saxon army. Here, on this hilltop, the fate of England would be decided.
Right. I'm not too sure what to do in this bit, so I'm just going to go all out, I think.
Soyez prest, compagnon.
Going at it.
William's Norman army made the first charge, launching a direct assault on the shield wall. Though William's army fought fiercely against the shield wall, it would not yield. As one man fell, another took his place. Overlapping shields in tight formation made for a near impenetrable barrier. Realizing his army could not break the shield wall, William called for a retreat. He aimed to lure the Anglo-Saxons into a false sense of victory, causing them to break formation. William's feigned retreat was working. The Anglo-Saxon army broke their shield wall formation, leaving gaps for William to make a move.
Aha, I see.
With Harold's men no longer in shield wall formation, William could pick them off as they charged.
Well. I've lost a lot there.
More Norman men-at-arms reinforced William's army. The Anglo-Saxons had deployed rows of spearmen to push back the invaders. But William had an answer. His sharp-eyed archers. Additional Norman archers joined the battle. Anglo-Saxon archers joined the fray, and the Normans' deadly cavalry ready to charge. But first, William's forces had to eliminate the enemy spearmen, whose sturdy polearms could easily bring down a horse. With the threat of spearmen cleared from the field, William's cavalry was free to charge at the Anglo-Saxon archers. The Anglo-Saxon army was in disarray. Their shield wall had been neutralized, and their numbers were dwindling. Now the only thing standing between William and victory was King Harold himself. last of Harold's men encircled their king, prepared to lay down their lives to save his. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold had fallen. In the confusion, some loyal soldiers fought to the death, while others scattered in panic.
Bene udite.
Leaderless and defeated, the last of the Anglo-Saxon army fled for their lives. The Normans celebrated victory over the English king, but William's quest to rule England was just beginning.
Victory.
At the Battle of Hastings, the death of one man changed the course of history. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold was killed here, on England's south coast. His army defeated by William of Normandy. Anglo-Saxon rule was over forever. At Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned the first Norman King of England. Now he had to secure power across the country. He began by stamping his mark on the landscape, building cathedrals and castles at strategic locations. Nothing like them had been seen in England before. They reminded the Anglo-Saxon population exactly who was in charge.
A bit of York Minster there, I think.
But not all were content with living under Norman rule. Anglo-Saxon revolts broke out across the country. King William acted quickly to crush these rebellions. But there was one region where dissent was spiraling out of control: the north of England. In 1069, a group of lords from Northumbria formed an alliance with Viking invaders.
York, England.
Together they approached Norman-held York, a large city with an important cathedral, still protected by ancient Roman walls.
Oh man, look at that.
But the walls couldn't save York. The city and the castle fell to the rebels. William's new kingdom was under threat. He had to get the city back under Norman control. William had no choice but to order his men north. But as the Norman forces set off on their long march towards York, how much resistance from the rebels would they encounter?
North to York, I love it. I think what we'll do is we will call it a night there before we take on the next mission, north to York, where I live. It's nice while you all joined us tonight. I'll see you very shortly.